So this is the precious treasury of the basic space of phenomena. We're in the 10th section. Let's read. So Longchen says, since what is non-existent can occur in any way at all, there is dharmakāya. Since the richness of being enjoys itself, there is the sambhogakāya, the enjoyment body, right? Since no substantial basis for these two exists, there is dharmakāya. The fruition is the expanse within which the three kayas are spontaneously present. Within the very state that is the vast expanse of awakened mind, the concepts of ordinary thinking do not occur. If the characteristics of ordinary consciousness do not stir in the mind, that itself is enlightened intent, the unique state of Buddhahood. You see, this is independent of whether or not there are appearances. Within the Dharma Dhatu, this womb, the basic space, there already cannot be phenomena that disturb the Dharma Dhatu. So, without needing to reject any phenomenon or any characteristic or any property or any view, being with that directly, with the Dharma Dhatu, is, Longchen says here, Buddhahood. And that Dharma Dhatu does not really differ. Essentially, it's just coming down to trust. Is that seen, so to speak? Is it recognized? And are all things seen to be of that nature? Well, nothing more than that is Buddhahood. You see, very easy. You don't have to do anything. You can do things, but it doesn't help or hurt the Dharma Dhatu. So Longchen continues, the nature of enlightenment is similar to the spacious vault of the sky. The most sublime form of meditation involves no recollection or thinking. One's nature is unwavering and uncontrived, unplanned and completely free of the formation of ideas. The true nature of phenomena, the naturally settled state, is without transition or change throughout the three times. The most sublime form of meditation involves no stirring or proliferation of all-consuming thoughts. So for this group, I think we all understand how to read this. If anyone comes across this at random, just a few words might benefit. So of course, this is not Sutrayana context. In Sutrayana, no stirring or proliferation of thoughts gets misunderstood, and people start suppressing thoughts, trying to conceive of a state that differs from the current state. There are thoughts now, so there should not be thoughts later. Well, this is all very misguided. Why is it misguided? Well, if you've been following along since the beginning, it's because the nature of thoughts does not differ from the nature of mind. So there's no need to get rid of these things whatsoever. The stirring is just an appearance of stirring. Grasping onto thoughts is just an appearance of grasping. And so without conceiving of any view about that, without rejecting anything, just settling naturally into whatever is here already, well, that state is already free of thoughts, even if there are thoughts. And therefore, truly, there's no need to do anything about anything, no need to transform or purify. And that's a very simple meditation to describe, but it's very hard to do, at least for many people. It's probably one of those things where if you think it's easy, then it's hard. And if you think it's hard, then it's probably easy. So it's a little bit of both. But it's not getting rid of the habit energy. It's resting and letting the habit energy do whatever it does, where its nature is already to vanish because it arose. So it'll take care of itself. Everything is already in its natural state. You just let it be. So Longchenpa continues, any abiding in suchness is the sacred state of mind, the unique state of Buddhahood, free of all characterization. It is the unwavering basic space of phenomena, a state of evenness that transcends reifying concepts. This is the expanse of the enlightened intent of the victorious ones, the sublime, spacious nature of being. You see, what Longchenpa is attempting to really hammer home here is that it's nothing other than this dharmakāya. So any attempts to do anything, to produce any state, to make something out of this dharmakāya or have it transform, use its energy into a certain kind of phenomena, is misguided because Buddhahood is already here. It's here if it's recognized. So when the bonds of physical and mental contrivance are abandoned, there is unfeigned relaxation. Oh, that's what we were talking about just now. Yeah, this is the ultimate instruction. At least it's my favorite. I learned this from Dawe and Yeshi. If there's really one instruction to remember, you're going to be mono-thoughted about it. Well, relax. Let everything just naturally relax itself. Contrivance itself relaxes. Everything just merges very naturally with the basic space, which it always was to begin with. It's kind of like trying to forget is what effort is. Someone tells you that, forget things, just as an analogy. Well, no matter what effort you make, aside from hitting yourself on the head with a wrench or something, you're you're probably not going to forget. In fact, whatever you do with that object will just entrench it more. You'll be adding more weight to it. But to relax, to just not even be bothered, not try to prop anything up or do anything, well, then that's how forgetting happens. That's how the mind just does its natural function. That's how memories come up too. So what a wonderful instruction from Longchenpa. When the bonds of physical and mental contrivance are abandoned. You see, what are these bonds? It's nothing other than bonds that are made by the individual. Beliefs, graspings, right? Phenomena cannot possibly bind you. So the feeling of bondage is really just somewhat arbitrary. It's just kind of chosen. People, ordinary beings, have wrapped themselves in chains. And without really needing to get rid of the chains, just seeing their nature is enough. So just relax. Chill out. Don't try to impress people on the internet. Don't try to collect knowledge. Even right now, if someone says relax the back of your neck, well, it relaxes. What a wonderful instruction. So Longchen says, no matter what recollection stirs in the mind, if you do not waver from the context of the true nature of phenomena, that of resting in the ground of being, then everything is a spacious expanse of the enlightened intent of Samantabhadra. Yeah, phenomena or thoughts are dharmakāya, the famous Karma Kagyu saying. Yeah, she's saying, just lax, even relax is too much. I really hope someone's writing this stuff down. That's great, is she? So, Longchen continues, since nothing is reified or discarded, there is none of the tension or laxity of the compulsive mind. Yeah, middle way, right? So when you relax into awareness, it's not relaxing into confusion or like a blank state. That would be relaxing into ignorance. Instead, having been pointed out to awareness, the relaxation is to a clear state of natural rest that was already there. So, in that sense, whatever objects seem to be around retain some amount of clarity. Everything is known very easily. It's not like being, blurred out or something. It's just settling. Similar to being content. So yeah, Longchen says nothing is reified or discarded. Nothing is created. Nothing is gotten rid of. No need to change anything whatsoever because everything is dharmakāya. So the unrestricted state of natural settling, just as it is ensured as a matter of course. Unwavering, infinite evenness is an expanse with no fixed dimension. If all ordinary thinking occurs naturally and is pacified naturally, that is the sky-like enlightened intent of Vajrasattva. You see, just like we said, ordinary thinking still occurs, but it's just left in its own place. It's not seen as an enemy. In fact, in a different text, I don't remember which, but Longchen says, and I'm paraphrasing here, that having realized that all the phenomena that seem to be occurring are no different than the dharmakāya, then in fact, when these phenomena seem to arise, he should be happy. How happy he will be to play with all these phenomena. You see, not even trying to get rid of them or ignore them, actively enjoying them for what they are. The same as nature of mind. So he continues, if you maintain an undistracted state within the uncontrived expansive being, even engaging in thoughts concerning sense objects is within the scope of the true nature of phenomena. Yeah, everything you do, nothing, you cannot do anything that contradicts the nature. Just not possible. So as for that true nature, Longchen says, it is non-conceptual and as spacious as the sky. But if you try to contrive it deliberately and compulsively, then it becomes a cage of characteristics. Though you may spend day and night in such meditation, that is the bondage of fixation, pure and simple. The victorious one stated that it resembles the meditative stability of the gods, which is not a good thing. So therefore, it is extremely crucial that your mind, which is undistracted and in which effort and striving have been eradicated, settle naturally beyond reifying effort. Since naturally occurring timeless awareness is without limitation or bias, it cannot be characterized as some thing, for all elaboration naturally subsides. Therefore, give up creating more concepts. Train in the ultimate meaning of supreme spaciousness, free of any foundation. Yeah, I think that's a good place to stop. It's clear what he's saying, yes? Yeah, right, Choco. And nothing wrong with concepts, right? There's no need to get rid of concepts. It's this mistaken belief that concepts somehow get people closer to the right view or something like that. That you're trying to understand awareness. That's the problem. This conceptual mind is much more limited than awareness, and so it just cannot understand it. Instead, there is just a tacit understanding when resting as that. And that's enough. That's fulfilling, honestly. Even without concepts, it is completely fulfilling to rest as awareness. You do not want to explain it. There's no need to. It would be like looking at a tree. Oh, this is a common thing, actually. If you're on the walk in the forest with some people and there's a tree, some people enjoy the tree. It's a beautiful tree, beautiful leaves, really taking in the whole experience. That's knowing the tree. And some people need to know what the name of the tree is. Is that an oak or a maple? Is it, those are common trees, but, maybe something more exotic that I don't know. What is it in a different language? What do they call the tree? And then they'll go and not look at the tree anymore. They'll go on Wikipedia and look up all their fun tree facts. And then they'll know so many things about a tree. They'll know more than you. If someone is in a cafe and they're just talking about trees, maybe they'll be able to describe that tree way better than you could. But if you're there looking at the tree, what more do you want to know? So just like that, face to face with awareness, being awareness, very naturally you would not want to list out 50,000 Wikipedia facts about awareness. It just wouldn't occur to you. And it's not even for yourself, because other people can rest in this awareness too. And not by explaining it to them. And therefore, I have not attempted to explain awareness. Yeah, Hunter.
Mistake. I have hotkeys apparently that I wasn't aware of.
All right, no Hunter. Oh, very good. Any final thoughts for today? Well, I hope we remember some of what we read today. Don't let it be just empty words. It's Longchenpa's hard advice. So, and just on a practical level, when thoughts come up and there's a tendency to want to do something about them, just remember the advice that they do not differ from the nature of awareness. Therefore, no matter what is there, no need to do anything about it. Really applying that efficiently will save you quite a lot of time. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. So let's dedicate just now with a moment of silence. Thank you, everyone.